Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Bhagyashri and I talk about software testing and quality assurance. Imagine this, you're a software tester and your team is about to release a new version of an app. You have limited time and there are hundreds of test cases to run. How do you decide what to test first? Should you go through every single test equally? Or is there a smarter way? In today's video, I'll explain how to prioritize tests so you can be more effective, save time, and find critical bugs first. Whether you're just starting in software testing or looking to improve your test strategy, this video will give you the right approach. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you find this useful. Let's get started. Why this is important. Let's say you are testing a mobile banking app. You have two test cases. One checks if users can successfully log in, and the other checks if the text on the help page is properly aligned. Which one should you test first? Of course, the login test. If login fails, users can't access the app, which is a critical issue. This is why test prioritization is important. It helps testers focus on the most important areas first. Let's understand benefits of test prioritization. 1. Saves time by focusing on high-risk areas. 2. Ensures critical bugs are found early. And 3. Helps teams meet tight release deadlines. Now, let's talk about how to decide which tests should come first. Here are 5 key factors to consider. 1. Business critical features. Start by identifying the most important features from a user's perspective. Example: in an e-commerce app, checkout and payment should be tested first because they directly impact business revenue. In a healthcare app, patient data retrieval should be a top priority. Rule of thumb: if a feature failure can cause a major problem for users or the business, it should be tested first. 2. Risk-based testing, RBT. Next, consider risk-based testing. Not all features have the same level of risk. If a bug in a feature can cause financial loss, security breaches, or major failures, then it's high risk and should be tested first. Example: in a banking app, transactions and authentication should be tested before testing fonts or colors. In a social media app, data privacy settings should be tested before UI animations. Pro tip: work with developers and business analysts to identify high-risk areas before testing begins. 3. Past defect data. A great way to prioritize tests is by looking at past defect reports. If certain features have had more bugs in previous releases, they need extra attention. Example: if login issues were reported frequently in past releases, login tests should be a priority in regression testing. Use defect tracking tools like Jira or TestRail to analyze previous failures. Insight: features that have caused trouble before are likely to cause trouble again. 4. Test coverage and frequency. Not all tests are run equally. Here's how to decide which tests should be run more often. First is smoke tests. Run first to check if basic functionalities work. Second is regression tests. Run every time a new change is introduced. Third is performance and security tests. Run periodically but should be prioritized for critical apps. Best practice: have a test suite that separates critical tests from less important ones. 5. Time constraints and deadlines. Let's face it, testers often work under tight deadlines. If time is limited, you need to focus on the most valuable tests. Example: if a release is due tomorrow, focus on high priority test cases instead of running low impact UI tests. Prioritize functional, security, and performance testing over minor design-related tests. Tip: always have a priority checklist for time-sensitive situations. How to implement test prioritization. Now that you know what to prioritize, how do you actually implement it in your testing workflow? Here's a simple step-by-step approach. Step 1. List all test cases. Identify all possible test scenarios. Step 2. Categorize them. Divide them into high, medium, and low priority. Step 3. Assign risk levels. Prioritize tests for high-risk features. Step 4. Automate repetitive tests. Use tools like Selenium, Cypress, or Playwright for efficiency. Step 5. Review and adjust regularly. Keep updating priorities as software evolves. Pro tip: use a test prioritization matrix, like an Excel sheet, to track and organize test priorities. Common mistakes to avoid. Before we wrap up, here are some common mistakes testers make when prioritizing tests. Avoid these to be more effective. Testing everything equally. Not all tests are equally important. Ignoring high-risk areas, bugs in critical features can be disastrous. Skipping regression testing. New updates can break existing features. Not revisiting priorities. Testing priorities change over time, so update them regularly. And that's a wrap. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more software testing insights. Let me know in the comments, how do you prioritize your tests? See you in the next video. Bye bye. Happy testing.